The Power of Change in English language, inshallah. Tuesday, 19th of January, 2021. Welcome all, inshallah ta'ala. If you remember last week in my English show, I was talking about and highlighting about the keys of happiness. Because I've just summarized things here, so I want to make it very clear so everything will be okay for you, because the time is limited, and I know people has no patience. They have no patience to listen, no patience to watch. We have to consider that. I was saying that there are certain questions every human being on earth will ask. Those questions are the human nature questions, such as, who am I? Who brought me here on earth? What I'm doing in here on earth? What is this life? What all of these changing and challenges in this life? What is this universe, which I know some about it? Where shall I go when I die? These are the questions. As I've told you, every human being on earth will ask. The human nature will force you to ask this question. It will be there. It is very live, loud voice questions inside you. Every human being, all over, he will ask these questions. And as I have told you, some will tell me there are many people that don't ask these questions and they don't care. They're just living. I said, yes, because the human nature can be covered with accumulation of sins, of forgetting. People can be very busy, so they have no time to think. Human nature can change, distort, destroy it completely. But again, yet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave this human nature a special character. Can be alive again after death, can reactivate it after become deactivated, can be grow and have attention and listen. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, when Prophet Muhammad saying, reminding us all the time, because we know human being, we forget. And Allah sent messengers one after one, group after group, just to remind people. Because He knows, Allah Azza wa Jal, the human nature can be, as I've told you, destroyed, can be covered. They won't listen. They won't see the facts. Those questions will not be arise. If this is the case, they won't. Those questions won't arise and won't come up. The reason is that because the human nature is covered. Human nature is responseless, no response. But again, by reminding people, if you focus a little bit, they will know. And I have said the answers about those questions. The answer for those questions are the keys of happiness. Especially the answer for the question, what I'm doing on earth. This is the master key of happiness. Master key. They'll open all the other keys. I mean, the other questions, each one of them, the answer for it is key of happiness. But the master key of the whole keys, all other questions, is the first question, which, what I'm doing on earth, what I'm doing, why I'm here. And we have the answer. The answer, very clear, mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. And all the messengers, when they came to the mankind, through the history of mankind, gave them this answer. You are here for certain duty. Allah brought you here, created you on earth, and He created the heaven and earth for you. Earth and heaven for you. To worship Him. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, which roughly means, I create jinn and mankind to worship me alone. I created them only for this purpose. This is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is this, to worship Allah. I have explained worshiping Allah in our view as Muslims is the whole life, all activity, not only the actions you are doing, but even the internal activity inside you, your emotions, your thoughts, your feeling, everything, your intellectual way, the way you are thinking, the way you look at things, all of these under the meaning of worshipping, or we call it ibadah in Arabic language. Right. So now what I want to say that last time we have discussed about some human nature characteristics and features. Among those, we have explained the structure of a human being, which is spirit and body. This is the combination of these two. Body, which is from dust, from earth, Allah created from earth, and then the spirit. So this the combination, these two combination make a human being. This is the human being. They call it dualism. Dualism, right. Then after that, I have told you when we revised the verses in Surah Al-Baqarah about the story of Adam. Allah said after creation of Adam, immediately, وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. The first feature and characteristics of a human being is the capacity of learning. It is unlimited capacity. It is ability of learning, creativity, and development. Allah gave it to him. It is preserved inside him. It is reserved inside a human being. He has got some information inside him, and then he's got the ability to acquire skills, acquire knowledge. Allah gave it to him. That's what we can see now. All of these development and technology evolving in different fields. Computer, IT, medicine, engineering, and so on. That's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to the human being, this capacity. Beside this capacity, and link it to it, is the freedom of a choice. Freedom of choice, the free will you have as a human being, Allah gave it to you. And they are connected to each other. There is no freedom of choice without learning, without knowledge, without the ability to know, without a background of knowledge you have. Otherwise, how are you going to use your freedom of choice if you don't have knowledge? That's in our life. There is no way to choose something if you don't have anything about it. You don't know anything about it. Choose what? You choose, you have your freedom of choice if you know about anything, an object or about a field or about a subject. You know about it, then you have freedom of choice to use your own freedom of choice, to use your free will to choose. So they are connected to each other. And according to this, these two main components, learning, knowledge acquiring, and freedom of choice, based on these two, the test came. Any test in our life is based on these two. And I have said that last week when I discussed about multiple choice question, MCQ. Multiple choice question, you have one question and four answers. You know the subject, knowledge is there. You have the freedom of choice to choose. They call it multiple choice question. There's choice here. You will use your choice to choose the right answer. Now the test based it on that. And that's what happened exactly to our father Adam in the story of Adam. As mentioned clearly in the Quran, Allah told Adam to enter the paradise, enjoy, eat anything, take all the fruits, feel happy there. Do not come close to this tree. do not eat the fruits of this tree. Very clear. Command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Order him not to do. Now he has got the knowledge. What sort of knowledge? He knows that this tree is forbidden. And he knows the name of the tree because Allah taught him all the names. All the names. Not only the names and the meaning of the names. So the name of an object and the meaning and the nature of that object. Otherwise the name will be meaningless. And he told him, do not come close to this. Please listen to me, it's very important because I'm going to use this when I'm talking about thoughts, when I'm talking about anxiety, when I'm talking about different issues in mental health, inshallah, in my program, in future, near future. So he knows, he's got the knowledge. And now he's going to use his freedom of choice, either to obey Allah and to follow the instruction of Allah, follow the order, and do not, you as a person, do not touch and come close to this forbidden, or you have the ability to do the opposite and disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's exactly what happened to Adam. He disobeyed Allah Azza wa Jal. Of course, there are explanatory issues, not reasons, not justification. As I've told you before, there is no justification for any sin we are committing, whatever it is, even the small sin, even the smallest sin in our life. No justification. If you are making sin, commit it, you are sinner, full stop. But you have the ability to say, to ask Allah for forgiveness, Allah forgive you. That's the thing. That's the window open for you as a human being. Whenever you commit sin, just forgive. Get rid of this one. Leave the sin. Leave the environment of sin. Give up immediately. Then ask Allah for forgiveness. Allah will help you. Use your own initiative to do good. And then this sin will be erased, omitted, removed. It won't be there. That's from the mercy of Allah. That's exactly what happened to Adam. He committed the sin, disobey Allah, and eat from that tree. Allah told him, why did you do that? He said, oh Allah, forgive us. Shaitan was there, whispered to him. But Shaitan is not an excuse for you, for me, for anybody. Shaitan is there, and Allah told us Shaitan is your enemy. He will whisper. He will direct you to the bad direction. He will take you away from the straight path. Be careful. Do not listen to him. He is your enemy. He is a real enemy. He will never ever be your friend. Never. He will ever be honest to you. Don't listen to his advices, whatever it is. Allah told us in the Quran, we have no excuse. No justification. Remember, for any sin, for anybody on earth, no justification. There are explanatory issues. There are explanation, yes. And these explanations will help us in future not to do the same sin. Sometimes there are reasons behind your committing that sin. So when we know those reasons, when you know those, when you know the environment surrounding you at that time when you commit the sin, that will make use of this environment. We take, I would say, a lesson for the future, so you will not come close to the same problem or sin again. Like we know, for example, any mistake we have, even in a company or mistake, in technical mistake, we see what happened. What's the reason? This mistake happened, this error, whatever it is. We know the reason, then we take care. In future, we try to make sure that everything is okay. We try to fix everything led to that mistake. Same thing, the reasons or the issues surround any sin whatsoever in our life. It's very important because I will use it when I come to you discussing anxiety, discussing intrusive thoughts, discussing different issue in mental health, inshallah. Right. So I'm talking about these three human characteristics and features: dualism and learning, the capacity of learning, and freedom of choice or free will of a human being. Then we come to very important, unique characteristic and feature of human being, which is the language. The language is very unique to human being. I have said that before. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but at least we give some highlights. Language is a very unique human being characteristic and features. Number one. Language, in fact, is life. Without language, there will be no life. And the names is a part of the language. The names are a part of the language, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam, all the names. So, without language, we can't express our feeling. Without language, we cannot, in fact, do anything. So language is not only a communication, but language is more than that. I just like to check the time. Okay, good. I'll be with you, inshallah, for half an hour, not more than that, 35 minutes. Then after 7 o'clock, I'll be with you again. So in this way, we have a time where you are patient to listen to me. Please listen to me. I'll be more than happy to help you. And I'm sure that you won't regret listening to me, inshallah ta'ala. It's something for your benefit, inshallah. So please listen to us. Please listen to Radio Seerah. There are so many good programs with our brothers who they are doing their best to deliver the messages to the community and to everybody in this country. So, what shall I say? Without language, we cannot express feeling. Without language, we cannot express thoughts, ideas. Without language, we will not be able to know thinking. It's my topic today. Thinking. What is thinking? What is thinking? We like to know what is thinking. So, today, I'm going to talk about thinking. Before I come to the word thinking, which is very strong related issue with all the mental health problem. It is there. Before I start talking about thinking, I would like to mention one thing which is very important, and I think my brother and my son Ahmed Kajiji, he reminded me to say it because we have given this session 14th of October 2019, myself and Ahmed Kajiji in Arabic. And he reminded me yesterday to say what I'm going to say now. Now, I want to tell everybody, listen to me, that this program is not a treatment program. This program is not a treatment program. We have no intention to treat mental illness. Those who they are taking medication for their mental illness, and those who they are involving in psychotherapy or cognitive therapy, according to the prescription and direction of their doctors, please do continue to do so. Continue to do so. Do not stop your medication. Do not stop your sessions, psychotherapy or cognitive therapy or any kind of therapy, if you are suffering from any mental issue. My program will help you, inshallah. When you listen to me deeply, concentrate, have the conscious, inshallah, I will help you. Inshallah, I'm 100% sure. And my program will talk about well-being, mental well-being. But I will come across with some mental illness, We just give a highlight about them. Because many mental illness, there are stages before you get this mental illness, like the physical illness, like our physical health. There are stages, there are precautions. So I'm going to help you how to avoid coming to that disease. As we have mental illness, we have physical illness. Thank you very much, and Jazakumullahu khairan. I'll be with you, inshallah, after 7 o'clock news today. And my topic will be thinking.